Welcome to the Success Sensei podcast for anyone interested in success, happiness, and balance. We'll teach you how to be a black belt at life. And now, your host, former professional fighter, multiple world champion, entrepreneur, and investor, Robert Devane.
Bowing in. This is Roundhouse Rob, the Success Sensei, helping you to win at life one kick and punch at a time. Episode 239. What day is it today? Welcome to the starting round.
Hands up. It's the starting round on the Success Sensei podcast.
What day is it today? Before we get into this episode, just a quick reminder that the last week of every month there are 3 episodes of the Success Sensei podcast coming your way. Normally it's weekly every Wednesday, but the last week of every month it's Monday, Wednesday and Friday. 3 different episodes. Lucky you. Let me know what you think. Please send me a message anytime. Obviously, I've stated before, reviews are greatly needed to help grow the channel. So if you could take 60 seconds to write a review in any of the channels that you're listening to the Success Sensei on. So let's get cracking. What day is it today? You're probably asking yourself that question a lot these days. It's very, very easy to lose track of routine. There's only really 2 different times, or you're experiencing 2 different things for you to be asking yourself, what day is it today? The first one being you're literally flat out 7 days a week working non-stop, that you haven't even thought about what day it is. So your routine is too busy. That's one way. That's probably not what's occurring right now. The opposite is basically you are bored. Every day is like Groundhog Day. You're stuck in a lockdown. You're stuck in a pandemic. You don't know what to be doing with yourself on a day-to-day basis, and you have no routine, or you're seriously struggling with your routine, and it's very hard to keep track of what day it is. Look, COVID-19 is definitely not going away. It hasn't gone away. It's dragged out way longer than any of us had imagined. All these lockdowns, we thought once vaccines were announced, there'd be end in sight for lockdowns, and they still just keep being extended. We're on an extended multiple lockdown at this stage. I think a lockdown 3, I don't even know. See, there you go. It's very, very hard to keep track. And it looks like the current lockdown that we're under at the moment is going to be extended. The government don't even seem to be on the same page as to whether it will be extended, how is it going to be extended, and how long will it be extended for. So how are the rest of us ever supposed to figure it out? Despite the vaccines, it looks like social distancing, it looks like masks will be a thing of the future. I'm sure you saw that they were proposing double mask being more effective than a single mask. I'm sure you saw that in the news last week. It's hard to know what to be doing, but it's certainly not going away. So you have the perfect excuse not to know what day it is today. You have the perfect excuse to give up. You've got the perfect excuse not to be productive. But you can't give into it. Yes, it's not your fault. Everyone was blindsided by COVID, by the pandemic, by the lockdowns. As I said, it's very hard to even keep on top of, what policy of living with COVID policy are we actually supposed to be adopting at the moment. It's definitely not your fault, but you cannot give up. You have to do your utmost to keep motivated. To pivot, that's one of those buzzwords. In other words, to change track or to change your goals, but to ultimately to keep going. It's far too easy to, I suppose, put your time into drink and to drugs and to spiraling mental health. As I said, you have the perfect excuse to give up. All of us do. Beware who you're communicating with as well, because, misery likes company, and a lot of people say it's very hard. Homeschooling is very hard. this, that, and the other is very hard. Yes, it is very hard. But if your mindset is thinking about all the hardships and not in the actual things that you can do, then, you're limiting your options. Some people are winning despite the pandemic. Yes, I know, I can hear you say bastards, but some people are winning, and you could be winning as well, even if it's only on a very, very small level. You could be clocking up little small wins. What's a little small win? Getting up early, reading a book, making your bed, that's the common one in self-help circles, tidying your house, painting, writing, singing a song, making up your own song. There's lots of different things we've covered on the podcast before, but it's all down to mindset. Adapt, change, refocus, reinvent. So another buzz term, which I've used, I'm guilty of using as well, but it is off-putting. But anyway, control the controllables. So control the controllables. In other words, do what you can. And, do what, you're able to do. You can only do what you can do. You can only do what you're able to do. There's no point in worrying about things that are beyond your control. It's definitely not all or nothing. So people think, they're in a lockdown, there's not very much they can do, so they should do nothing. I mean, that's a very, all or nothing mindset, and you're going to struggle with that type of a mindset during the pandemic, because it's not all or nothing. It's small little things. You can win, and small wins, and make strides in different areas than you're accustomed to. You can still have routine despite this mess. I'm not trying to make you feel bad for struggling or for not doing enough, because do you know what? We're all struggling. Everybody's struggling. We're all not doing enough. But I am trying to give you a bit of motivation to not completely give up. Speaking of giving up, on a slightly humorous path, it has been noted in research that personal hygiene issues, so according to studies, personal hygiene standards have drastically dropped due to the lockdown. I don't even want to think about the various forms that the breakdown of personal hygiene could come in, but I'm sure everybody has broken a few of these rules, and that's just one example of, slightly giving up. So you don't have to give up every routine in every area. So basically, what day is it today? Today is the day to get a couple of small wins and get a little bit of momentum for yourself, and even a minute bit of positivity to somewhat battle against the tsunami of negativity that it's very, very easy to embrace and to take in subconsciously as well as consciously. So today is a day, get a couple of small wins, list them out, or just do them automatically, but try to get a little bit of routine back, especially if it's slipping. And keep in mind, as much as you might be resentful of anyone that seems to be kind of doing well, you can get a routine going as well. You can get some health routines, sleep routines, study routines, hobby routines. It's totally down to you, and you will be able to do it, and do it on a small level. Just don't totally give up. Thank you for listening. I'm Roundhouse Rob, the Success Sensei. Life is a fight you can enjoy and win. Bowing out.
This has been the Success Sensei, fighting the winning fight. So add us, subscribe, like, and comment. Keep those hands up and keep moving forward.